An American tourist sailed to North Sentinel. It ended terribly for him. John Allen Chow was born in Alabama, to a Christian family. He loved outdoor activities like camping and kayaking. He became a Christian missionary and adventure blogger. North Sentinel Island was his favorite location. During his 2016 trip to the Andamans, he got obsessed with visiting. Inspired by a missionary, Jim Elliot, whose life was also taken in the 50s, John was determined. His mission was supported by his studies in sports science, training, and working as a medical technician. He was well prepared to share Christianity with the isolated North Sentinelese tribe. Due to the tribe's hostility, the Indian government imposed a 5.6-kilometer exclusion zone surrounding the island, making it unlawful to enter. Despite cautions and cases, John was determined about going. On October 21, 2018, John shared a picture online. In the photo, he was in Port Blair, a city nearby. His family didn't know, but he was getting ready for a trip to North Sentinel Island, which he referred to as Satan's last stronghold. On November 15, 2018, just 25 days after returning to the Andaman Islands, John started writing a journal about his trip to North Sentinel. In his first entry, he mentioned meeting with fishermen who agreed to take him to the island illegally. He explained that Jonathan wouldn't be with him because the fishermen had their regular fishing activities to avoid suspicion. There was a chance they might be checked by the Indian Coast Guard. The meeting went well, and even though there was a language gap, as John was the only English speaker, he trusted the fishermen and relied on the Holy Spirit to guide them. John marked a spot on the map, a cove on the southwest side of the island. He planned to leave for this place in about 3 hours. He thanked God, believing he was chosen to deliver a message to the people of North Sentinel Island. His plan was to meet a crew that night, depart around 4 a.m., and progressively offer fish as gifts over the next few days before leaving. He even considered sending a kayak to the shore with gifts. On the planned day, around 4:30 a.m., they reached the cove on the western shore. About 4 hours later, John attempted to make contact. He caught 2 large fish, placed them on the kayak, and started rowing. 2 Sentinelese, armed with arrows, rushed out, yelling at him. Despite his attempts to introduce himself and offer a present, they refused, and he was forced to paddle back to the boat in panic. "They kept coming," he said. "I moved backward, looking at them. When they got the fish, I quickly paddled back to the boat as fast as I could. I was scared, but mostly disappointed. They didn't welcome me right away. I can now say I've been almost shot by the Sentinelese, and I've walked on their island in Kashmir. Now I'm taking a break on the boat, and we'll try again later," he explained. John escaped his first encounter unharmed. However, as mentioned in the previous entry, they plan on returning for a second encounter, which miraculously he'd survived once again. "I moved my kayak towards the hut I had been chased away from before. As I got closer, I heard sounds from the hut. I stayed far enough to avoid arrows, but that also meant I couldn't hear well. I went a bit closer, and about 6 people there shouted at me. I tried to repeat what they said. They mostly laughed, probably making fun of me. I said some words and sang songs, and they got quiet. But then things went bad. A child and a young woman with bows came, and I signaled no bows, but they didn't understand. A little kid with a bow shot an arrow at me, hitting my Bible. I yelled at the kid, stumbled back, and had to swim almost a mile back to the boat. God, let your will be done. If you want me to be shot, so be it. I'd rather stay alive, though. But whatever happens, I give you all the glory. I don't want my life to end. Should I leave, or should someone else continue? No, I don't think leaving is a good idea. I could find a way back to the US, as staying here might mean certain demise. But I've seen signs of change in just 2 encounters today. We'll try again, obeying whatever he calls us to do. I'll see you when you pass through the veil. Don't bring back my body. I love you all, and I pray that none of you love anything in this world more than Jesus Christ. Written from the cove on the southwestish, more like west, of North Sentinel Island. November 16, 2018, 6:20 a.m. In the days that followed, his family made a post to John's Instagram reading. We recently learned from an unconfirmed report that John Allen Chow was reported finished in India. We Chow family. 3 months after John's demise, his father blamed religion for his son's demise. He said, "If you have anything positive to say about religion, I don't want to hear it. John is gone because Western ideology overpowered my Confucian influence."